Welcome friends, we are today in another beautiful garden of my friend Dan. So shout out to my friend Dan and thank you for letting us use your beautiful garden and the bird sounds that you'll hear today. So welcome to your mat and congratulations for coming here, finding a soft space, something comfortable to wear and some time in your day to practice with me. So as we make our transition and push away anything that we've been doing today and push that aside to take some time for yourself and some time to root down and enjoy some quiet stretches and some gentle poses that'll hopefully help you to relax and enjoy the rest of your day. So without any further delay, let's get started. Just find a moment to find a comfortable position. It could be seated, could be kneeling. And just lower your gaze slightly, maybe to just in front of you. Maybe it feels comfortable to completely close your eyes. If it is, go ahead and do that. Just take a moment to listen to the sounds around us. In this beautiful garden, you can hear some birds, the gentle breeze. Taking a moment to present to the time that is right now, to ground yourself a little bit. Notice where your body is touching the earth. Take a line from where your sits bones are touching the earth and reach up through your whole body, making a straight line through your spine as though a piece of string is pulling you up. You find that nice elongated spine. Just take a time here just to breathe. Relax those shoulders down. Take some head circles. So you're going to gently take a circle towards the right. A nice way of doing this, but keeping our gaze lowered. So think of your nose making a nice circle. By drawing that circle with our nose, we're getting a nice release of our neck, our shoulders. Releasing any tension we might have from what's gone on today. Be bringing our breath into this movement. Inhale on the way up and exhale on the way down. And when you come down again, changing direction. Drawing that nice circle again. Moving your nose in a circular position. Inhaling on the way up. Exhaling on the way down. Checking in with any sensations this brings. Coming back to a neutral position, nose facing forward. We're ready to bring in some arm movement to this. So we're just going to bring in our arms by reaching overhead with an inhale. And exhale, flutter those hands down. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, reaching down. You can tell that Tessa, the dog, is ready to join in with us today. Maybe she'll make a little cameo in a minute, we'll see. And exhale. It's time to take your gaze up ahead as you come up. So inhale, head goes up. Exhale, your head rounding all the way down. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale all the way down. Good job, fluttering down and into your lap. Just going to take our fingers, intertwine them. We're going to push them out. So you're going to push out the palms of your hand, rounding your back. And then bring it in with an inhale. So pushing out with an exhale. And inhale, drawing it in. Keeping those shoulders down as we move back. There she is. Hi, Tessa. Hi, Tessa. And then relaxing, shaking those shoulders down. And making any movement that feels good. Maybe circling the shoulders. Maybe the head gets a little shake. No or yes. Another deep breath in. And deep breath out. We're going to make our way onto all fours. So pushing into the ground here. Nice red cat yoga, high five to the ground, distributing all that weight evenly on all your fingers. And taking any generic movements that feel good. Maybe it's a circle of your hips. Maybe it's just moving them back and forth, forwards and back. Just taking this moment to give yourself permission to take any movement that feels good to you. Just a reminder, at any point during any of my videos or classes, you can take any pose that feels good to you. Everything I do is just a suggestion, it's a guide. Back to neutral hips. Finding a moment of stillness, rotating those shoulders away from your ears. We'll come down into puppy pose. So you're going to take your elbow, move it down onto the mat. Positioning your hands in front of you, your gaze goes down, your shoulders and your elbows are aligned. And see if you can move the weight from just being in your elbows to shift it to being in all of the front of your mat. Circle your hips here, see if that feels any different. You definitely should be feeling a nice rotation and massage of your shoulder. And back the other way. If it feels good to you, you're going to uncurl one of those back feet and you're going to push it back and onto the ground behind you, moving back and forth on your heels. So shifting your shoulders forwards and back, feeling that stretch. That knee comes back in, changing legs onto the other side, hinging back and forward. Knee reaches the other. You can either stay in this position, or if you'd like, you shift back into child's pose. This is a good place here to maybe set an intention, maybe to let something go, something that's been bothering you today. So returning to your breath in this little container you've made for yourself. Using your inhale, bring in a sense of security, and your exhale to get rid of any negative thoughts you may have. Using your intention, or just the intention to be present in your practice. One more big inhale. Then exhale, let everything go. And move on up. We're going to come up into downward dog. So through plank, you can either just come from all fours to kneeling plank, or through high plank and reach back and up into your downward dog. Knees can stay bent. You can walk out your dog. You're shifting your hips, lifting your pelvis. She is encouraging us with our downward dog today. And sliding forward into plank. Come here. Come say hi. Hello. And back into downward dog. One more time, shifting forward. You can do this kneeling plank too. And back. Lifting up that right leg, kick that heel back. And bringing it forward. We're going to come, twisting that back leg. We're going to come up slowly and controlled into warrior one. Big breath in. Checking in with that front knee. Don't let it slip inwards or outwards. Keeping it over your ankle. Deep big breath in. Restorative exhale. Rounding those shoulders away from your ears. One more inhale. And as we exhale, you're going to reach out into warrior two. Knee stays the same. Resist the urge to allow that hand to come in. Fingertips point down. Give them a little flutter to check they're doing that. Checking back and front. Take a moment here. Checking in with any sensations you feel. And with your next inhale, reach gently forward, bringing that elbow down onto your knee. Rounding that hand in front of your face. And across, reaching that up. Exhale, rolls all the way back. Hand comes over the top and back into reverse warrior. Moving with your own breath. Inhale, coming forward. Elbow comes down, hand comes in front of your face. And exhale. Hand comes behind and all the way up. Good job. Inhale forward. And exhale back. And on the next inhale, going to come down, bringing those hands down to the mat, bending your knee as much as necessary. Turning that back foot and come down onto the ground with that knee, uncurl that back foot. Then we're going to move back into runner's lunge, so your heel comes up. Keeping your hips, twisting that hip back so that it's level, left and right hips are level, pointing forwards towards the front of the mat. Taking an inhale, exhale, using any blocks if you need them to lift yourself. Feeling any sensations you may feel on this side. Checking you're not holding any tension in your jaw or your shoulders. Inhale, moving and bending that knee forward. Moving any blocks away but keeping them close by. Bring your hands inside your foot. So your left and right hand are coming inside of your right foot. We're going to come into a position here to open our hips externally. There's two ways you can do this. You can roll out onto the side of your foot. So roll out your knee in this direction. If this feels strange to you, you can simply move your foot away from your hand, your toes away from your hand, your heel stays closed. So you can externally rotate your hip by just turning your foot to maybe the sundial of about 2 o'clock. And staying here. Option, if you would like to advance this a little bit, is you could come up on that back foot. Or you can stay down on your knee. Continuing to breathe, gaze down to the ground. If your knee has been up, gently lower it back to the ground. Foot comes back to 12 o'clock, lunchtime. Just kidding. And rock back and forth again, just a little bit. Move those hands back. You come back into kneeling position. So high kneeling position. You're going to come up with an inhale. Reaching up high. As you exhale, you're going to come down to seated. So hands go out to the side. Load it down. Bringing your sits bones back to your ankles. Do this a couple of times. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, come back down. Option here, you can take another child's pose if you'd like to reset. Or you can continue doing the breath, depending on how your body feels today. When you're ready, and only when you are ready, moving at your own time, back through tabletop, I'll meet you in downward dog. So coming from tabletop, up into plank, lifting those hips, pedaling those feet out. And this time, we're going to lift up our left leg, kick that back. Sweep it, bring it forward. Tilt that back leg to about 45 degrees. And come on up into Warrior One. Stay right where you are. I'm just going to turn myself around. So your left leg is forward, your knee and ankle are aligned. You're facing forward. Feel that nice, powerful pose. Warrior One. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, rotating those shoulders away from your ears, relaxing your jaw and neck. Staying here for a couple of breaths. And on your next exhale, turning that top part of your body around into Warrior Two. And getting comfortable right here. Checking that knee hasn't moved in, knee and ankles aligned. Checking in with our back hand and our front hand. Feel that nice stretch through. We're just going to do a little bit of a shoulder and a wrist exercise by turning our hands up to the sky and then back down again. So you're just rotating that thumb around and back over. Hands stay up and parallel. One more time. Hands remain down. Wiggle those fingers. Really stretch out. Reach slightly forward. Elbow comes down to that front knee. That hand at the back sweeps in front of your face and comes out, opens up your shoulder, opens up your heart to the side. Inhale, reach out with those fingers. Exhale, hand comes back around in front of your chin, back to the back thigh, and your hand goes over for reverse warrior. Arms and gaze goes up towards your elbow. Take a breath here. Imagine that breeze if you don't have the beautiful breeze I have today. And with your next inhale, reaching forward, hands come back to Warrior Two position, gentle tilt forward, elbow comes down, that back hand comes sweeping in front of your gaze and opens up your shoulders. Reach through those fingers. Remembering to breathe. And with an inhale, hand comes back around in front of your chin. Back into Warrior Two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Nice job. Inhaling back up to Warrior Two. Turning that back foot and gently coming back into a high lunge and then lowering down into a low lunge. Reset yourself, shift your hips as much as you need to, And come back into that nice runner's stretch. Nice gentle stretch down that hamstring. Your toes go up towards the sky. Hands perched on the ground. You can even put them up onto your thigh, onto a block. Check in with your hips, that they're pointing towards the front. Back foot uncurled. One more breath in. Deep breath out. See if you can come a little bit deeper into the stretch. Just soften a little bit in those hips. And inhale, knee bends. Toe can move forward so that you're making that nice alignment under your knee again. And hands come inside of your foot. High five in the ground again. Repositioning your hips as much as you need to. You can either open up that foot, so tilting the foot onto the outside edge and feeling that nice stretch, or you can tilt that sundial. I guess it's going to be 10 p.m. by now, so we're tilting it out towards the 10 o'clock on your clock, feeling that external rotation of the hip. Once again, using your breath to soften into the pose, taking away any edges of tension you might feel. Option to uncurl that back foot and come up in this pose. One more inhale. Exhale. If you have, raise that knee, lower it back to the ground. Uncurl that foot or move it back to 12 o'clock. We're back at lunchtime, thank goodness. You're going to bring that knee and ankle alignment of the front back together. Hands, cupcakes, using your blocks, whatever you have. You're going to bring that back foot towards the front foot and come into a forward fold. Keeping your knees bent. Allow your head to fall. Toes can be together or they can be apart. So you can have your feet at hips width length or together. That's entirely up to you. Inhale, run those hands up those shins. Reach out from your pelvis, your sits bones. Elongate your spine. Gaze looking down in front of you. Feel that nice stretch. Exhale, bending all the way down again. Option here to take your hands and elbows together, relaxing that neck down. Maybe you swing side to side. Exhale, hands go down. Inhale, back to tabletop. And gently coming all the way up. Allowing time, your spine to reset, uncurling those shoulders. Staying right where you are. Big inhale all the way up. And exhale, flutter those hands down. One more inhale. And exhale, good job. Moving those feet around, adjusting those hips. You're going to come down into a seated position again. Or kneeling, whatever is comfortable. One more time, intertwine those fingers, pushing those palms towards the outside and curling that back. This time, inhale, reaching them up. And slow and controlled exhale, rounding that back into kind of a cat back again. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, rounding that again. This time our hands come into our heart. Palms come together. Pushing those palms together. Just relax those shoulders down. And let it go with a big exhale. Nice job, everybody. Thank you so much for joining this practice today. I hope you've enjoyed it and enjoyed the beautiful sounds of the garden and the beautiful location we are in today. Have a lovely day.